Welcome to SuperScreen News at 10. I am Olamide Onwuka. President Muhammadu Buhari says he is unaware that the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, flouted his express directive to relocate to Benue State during a crisis in which scores of people were killed. The President Buhari had ordered Idris to relocate to the state in January, but the IG only spent 1 day and left. President Buhari, who paid the official visit to Benue State yesterday, told the stakeholders in Makurdi that he did the needful by ordering the IG to relocate to the state, but did not know that the IG didn't stay. He insisted that the relationship between farmers and herdsmen will continue, hence the need for people of the state to learn to live with them peacefully. And to other stories now, the Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Solomon Dalong, has accused the Plateau State government of mismanaging the $2 billion collected from the AFDB. According to the minister, the All Progressives Congress APC administration in Plateau State is not prudent in managing resources. The minister disclosed this in a statement he personally signed in response to an attack on him by the APC chairman in the state. Dalong has accused the state government of mismanaging local government funds. He also accused the governor, Simon Lalong's administration, of lying about the security situation in the state and deceiving President Muhammadu Buhari. To other news, the United States Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, will arrive in Abuja today for the first official visit to Nigeria. Reports Tillerson would need to hold talk with President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday. When he arrives, Tillerson will become the highest-ranked official in the Trump administration to visit the country. The secretary is expected to hold a press conference at the presidential villa on Tuesday by 11:45 a.m. In attendance of the conference is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema. Tillerson has been on a week-long tour on Africa. Report says when Tillerson meets President Muhammadu Buhari, issues of the conference are the counter-terrorism efforts and humanitarian issues in Nigeria's northeast and Lake Chad Basin. The judges of the International Criminal Court sitting in plenary session has elected Nigerian Judge Chile Osuji as the president of the court for a 3-year term with immediate effect. Judge Robert Fremer of Czech Republic was elected vice president and Judge Mark Perinde Brishombo as the second vice president. Osuji said in his acceptance speech that he is honored to be elected by his peers as president of the International Criminal Court. To other news, the Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed April 24 to continue the trial of former Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Bala Mohammed's son, Shamsuddin. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is prosecuting Mohammed and others for alleged 1.1 billion naira fraud. At the resumed trial today, the prosecuting counsel, Ben Ikani, informed the court that the matter was for the continuation of cross-examination of the first prosecution witness, Ishaya Dolda. Mohammed's counsel, Gordy Uche, SAN, however, informed the court of his application, asking the prosecution to furnish him with some more documents. Now, some Libya returnees in Edo State have reportedly disrupted the town hall meeting organized by the state task force on human trafficking and illegal migration. The aggrieved returnees reportedly protested the alleged discrimination in the disbursement of 1 million naira resettlement fund, which each of them was promised by the state government. They reportedly alleged discrimination in selecting victims participating in the empowerment programs. Report says the protesting returnees stormed the venue of the empowerment program, destroying some items including the tents, chairs, and ceiling fans. The protesting returnees allegedly accused the task force of discrimination in its selective method of victims chosen to participate in the rehabilitation and reintegration program organized for the victims of human trafficking and illegal migration by the state government. The head of National Office of the Western African Examination Council, WAHEC, Olu Adenipekun has attributed the excellent performance and the speedy readiness of the West African Senior School examination to cooperation of all stakeholders. Adenipekun disclosed this in an interview with SuperScreen yesterday in Lagos State.
We came up with a project which we termed Project 45 and said that we should be able to do it within 45 days from the time the exam is concluded for us to release the results to the candidates. And we went to work, and the first exam that we were able to conduct within that project was the WASP for School Candidate 2017. And they were able to release that result within 60 days. The next exam that we have conducted after that was the private candidate, WASP for Private Candidate 2017. And we were able to release the result within 52 days. Then the third exam, still within that project, was the WASP for Private Candidate 2018 first series, which we conducted between January 29 and February 12, 2018. And well, the candidature of that exam was slim compared with what we have been handling. And with that, we felt that we should be able to also deliver within the number of days that we are promising the nation, that is within 45 days. And
he also explained the rudiments involved in their excellent performance.
We have commitment of staff. Staff believed in that project. That's the first thing. Everybody in WAEC, Nigeria, believed in that project, that yes, it is something that we should do, that if we can conceive it, that we can achieve it. That is number one thing. Number two, we also sold the project to all our stakeholders, to all our ad hoc staff, and they also believed in it. They share in that vision, they share in that dream, and they gave their word, they gave their commitment that they were ready to work weekends, they are ready to work long hours, they are ready to show commitment, and of course, on top of that, we deployed cutting-edge technology to do what we have to do, and that is yielding results, a positive result for that matter.
That was the head of WAEC, Olu Adenipekun, speaking with SuperScreen Television. Away from that, the South-South Zonal Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has condemned the arrest of the Edo State People's Democratic Party Chairman, Dan Obe, by the State Police Command for accusing the governor of diverting rice meant for the internally displaced persons in the state. They expressed this condemnation in a 7-point communique issued at the party secretariat in Benin City, the state capital.
Speaking at the 7th section of the People's Democratic Party PDP South-South Zonal Working Committee meeting held at the party secretariat in Benin, the South-South National Vice Chairman Emmanuel Ogidi read out a 7-point communique to condemn the arrest of the Edo State PDP Chairman Dan Obi by the State Police Command. He also noted that the party condemned the various killings of Nigerians across the country and expressed the party's heartfelt condolence to the people of Plateau and Benue states.
PDP condemned in its entirety the unwarranted arrest and detention of PDP members across the country, especially the state arrest of the Edo State Chairman of PDP, Chief Dan Obi, for flimsy excuses.
However, the party state chairman, Dan Obi, said the action of the state government to stop the party from saying the truth to government will not work.
A few days ago, members of the APC were at the Samuel Okpeludia Stadium. At that event, the governor promised President Buhari that he will give him 1.2 million votes in the presidential election. The truth is that Governor Godwin Obaseki is a man with very short memory. During the last presidential election, when Oshomole was in government, after about 8 years in office, the presidential election that was held in Edo State, this party delivered 56% of the votes to PDP.
And to all the news now, the Joint Action Committee in Nigerian universities, consisting of non-academic staffs, NASU, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANO, and National Association of Academic and Technology, NAAT, is set to call off their over 3-month strike action This decision was confirmed by SANU National Public Relations Officer Abdul Subor Salam, who said the striking workers will meet on Wednesday to discuss about the suspending the action. You would recall that on December 4, 2018, the non-academics went on strike to protest alleged disparity in sharing of 23 billion naira earned allowance released by the federal government. To other news, a medical expert, Oyewole Adeoye, has thrown light on the difference between personality and attitude. Speaking with SuperScreen in Lagos, Dr. Adeoye said people with negative attitude should not be stereotyped as their personality varies.
Personality is genetic based. You are born with it, and nobody has a bad personality because it is genetic. But when personality interacts with environment, it produces attitudes. So you can develop bad attitudes, you can develop good ones. So invariably, when people correct our attitudes, we say that's how we are, thinking that is personality. In workplace, you have a bad attitude, people have told you, even that same thing at home, before you are recruited in your place of work, that you have this attitude about work. Then you get to your workplace, and that's how I've been, nobody can change me. Assuming that it's personality, but it's not. But the challenge is that your capacity to be humble enough to introspect and look at that attitude and what it is doing to other people and change it is what makes a difference in your life, whether you be successful.
The medical expert also advised on how negative attitude can be worked upon.
I'm advising that just like every other human being, we should be able to objectively appraise ourselves. This thing I'm doing, this is the result it's giving. If it is continuously reproducible, what can I do about it? So the admission of it is itself 50% work done. And then, of course, submit ourselves to strategies that will help us modify attitudes. We can see experts, counselors, who can help us to modify our attitudes.
That was the medical expert, Adeoye Oyewole, speaking on character building with SuperScreen television. And to all the news now, in line with the mandate of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok Enter Ibas, to maintain zero tolerance for criminal activities within the Nigerian waterways, the Nigerian Navy has handed over 16 Ukrainians to the officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The Ukrainians were arrested in Boni local government area of Rivers State for their alleged involvement in illegal oil bunkering within the Nigerian territorial waters.
Handing over the suspects to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on board the vessel named San Pandrepao, the Naval Commanding Officer, Forward Operating Base, Boni, Navy Captain Suleiman Olorundare, explained that the Ukrainians were apprehended in January. Oludare said the Ukrainian crew and the vessel were without the cabotage clearance from the Nigerian Maritime Safety and Administration Agency while operating in the Nigeria territorial waters.
The Chief of Naval Staff has given us the mandate against all form of criminality within our maritime environment. And that mandate, we are determined to implement it to the letter. This vessel, San Pandrepao, was arrested by our patrol team.
Receiving the Ukrainians for prosecution, EFCC led by Aminu Ismaila said they would write the Embassy of Ukraine in Nigeria to alert it of its citizens in custody for allegedly embarking on illegal bunkering in Nigeria.
Yes, the next thing we do is we have to write to the Embassy of the crew members, which is the Ukraine, to alert them we have arrested their citizen in respect of illegal oil dealing in the country, and also sound the vessel and sample it also to confirm the authenticity of the product laden in the vessel.
Navy Captain Suleiman Olorundare reiterated that the Navy will not rest on its laurels in ridding Nigerian waterways of all forms of crimes.
And to other news, the World Health Organization, WHO, has revealed in a statement the presence of a mysterious disease X capable of causing a global pandemic in the future. The organization released a list of diseases it considers high risk to the public due to their potential to spark an epidemic and the limited treatment available to combat them. This came from an expert committee set up by the organization to identify pathogens with the ability to spread and kill many people without any available remedies. Viruses such as Ebola, Zika, Lassa fever, and severe acute respiratory syndrome, otherwise known as SARS, which have raged in recent years, are included as serious threats. However, the WHO has included disease X in its priority list for the first time this year after a review by the health experts in the month of February. You're still watching SuperScreen News at 10. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some business stories. Stay with us. Welcome back. Many thanks for staying with us. And now for some business stories. The Federal Airports Authorities of Nigeria, FAN, has commenced the safety review of the Port Harcourt International Airport. The review is being done under the Airport Excellence in Safety Program, an initiative of the Airports Council International. The Managing Director of the Federal Aviation Authority of Nigeria, Saleh Donoma, who is also the President of the ACI, says it is a proactive means of mitigating risk and ensuring the overall safety of passengers. Donoma disclosed this at a meeting to announce the forthcoming 59th ACI Africa Board and Regional Committee Conference, expected to hold in Lagos from April 14 to 21st. And now the Lagos State government has been asked to reverse the increment of the land use charge. Members of the Nigerian Bar Association Ikeja branch made the appeal in an interview with SuperScreen in Lagos. According to them, the 7-day ultimatum given to the Governor Akinwumi Ambode government has elapsed without any change, and as a result, they threaten to embark on a protest that will drive home their demands.
The MBA Ikeja will protest what we call walk the talk. We are going to protest against that law and bring out the consciousness of all the people to oppose that law. We will march, and that march, that protest is starting by 9 in the morning from our secretariat on to the Parliament of Lagos, on to the seat of government, that is the governor's office itself, and on to Ojota, and then back sensitizing. Like I said, it's just the second phase of the struggle against this obnoxious, oppressive, undemocratic, primitive, and parochial regime of taxes. And not my word to the Governor Ambode is that if you are truly democratically elected, if you are truly a Democrat, accept that your people, the people of Lagos State, are not in agreement. The vast majority of them are not in agreement with this your law, and that to have a rethink and stop it.
If the new regime is allowed to stand, you want to build Lagos with the blood of the people. That is exactly what you are trying to do. It will affect transportation, it will affect rent, it will affect foodstuff, it will affect every known thing. So definitely we cannot cope with it, and we urge the governor to please still think that is popular and reverse back to the old regime.
The people must rise up now and let those who are governing them know that this is their time. We are now important. We control the government. The government cannot control us. No government ought to be able to take them for a ride. So that is our stand. The moment the government takes the people for a ride and the people are not aware, legal practitioners, as a conscience of the people, have a responsibility to awaken the people to their rights. That is what we are doing.
And still talking business, the Minister of Water Resource, Suleiman Adamu, says potable drinking water is a crucial aspect of lives and economic development. Adamu disclosed this while inaugurating the 3.7 billion naira water supply project in Kazakure local government area in Jigawa State. Suleiman Adamu said adequate water supply for human and livestock consumption as well as other uses is a crucial aspect of life as well as socio-economic development. You're watching SuperScreen News at 10. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some news from the foreign scene and some sports stories. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family. You are affecting my business. Render me useless. If I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there 4 million naira, which I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it. The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back.